Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. Today podcast we're gonna discuss about should parents stay together for their kids.
Mhm.
We start with a quote by Nicholas Sparks. What is like to be a parent? It's one of the hardest things you ever do. But in exchange, it teaches you the meaning of unconditional love. Okay, you remember in our last podcast, we discussed why children suffer from divorce. We said that divorce can be difficult for everyone, the children and their parents alike.
Mhm.
Not only are the parents coping, learning ways to relate to each other, but they are also looking for ways to be good parents to their children. We said that divorce is a painful process that disrupts the lives of children.
Mhm.
And for a lot of children who experience the process of separation from their parents, the damaging impact can be related back to their parents. So if you remember, we went on to say that when two people meet, they believe that they are meant to be together for better or worse. That, as they always say at the altar, isn't it? And you don't know if it was love at the first sight or it was infatuation at the beginning of their relationship.
Mhm.
A few months or years along the line, those people, they become different people. Understand? Their situation becomes untenable. They decide maybe they want to divorce or if they will go on their separate ways.
Yeah. Mhm. And most times when kids are involved, parents are always worried about the uncertainty of the custody and living arrangements for their kids. And they may even worry about how the children will deal with the divorce because of that, some parents may decide to stay together just for the sake of their children.
Mm-hmm.
And some people may ask if it's a wise decision for parents to stay together for their kids.
Yeah, but what you have to understand is that it's going to be parents' decision because they are the ones there. They have to make that decision for themselves. It's not something that there's no conclusive. How will I say? There's no conclusive way of saying it because you can't decide for them. It's parents' decision.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? There's no specific answer to it. You should understand what I mean.
Yeah.
And the parents have to decide if they will sacrifice their happiness for the stability of their children upbringing, or better off in different homes, happy, but not just living together. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
It's either maybe, for example, they're looking at, all right, we better stay different in different houses. Both of us staying together.
We
are not.
mm-hmm.
No, we are not happy. Are you getting me?
Mm-hmm.
So we stay in different houses. If they're happy, stay in different houses. You see that, yes, the children, they can find a way to manage it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Or just staying together, be miserable.
Yeah, and remember, we never said that divorce is bad, that sometimes divorce can happen unintentionally.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of things that can bring disunity and dysfunction into a relationship. When a relationship becomes poisonous,
Mm-hmm.
not only when there's physical abuse, when it seems like either side can't see eye to eye, the couple is growing apart. And if the couple doesn't fight for their marriage, seek help, maybe counseling to
Mm-hmm.
work things out, rather than try to stay together just for the sake of their kids. They're setting up their kids to fail in their future adult relationships.
Yeah, you said it. If they didn't seek counseling, or if they didn't fight for that relationship,
Mm-hmm.
you understand, and they want to just like stay in there, be miserable, like I said earlier, be miserable. They're setting up their kids to failure. When they grow up to have their own relationship, because that's what they grew up to understand. They think that's how relationship is all about. You understand? But what you shouldn't forget is that there are a lot of benefits when kids grow up in a healthy relationship. When the kids grow up in a healthy relationship, when both parents are present, they live a stable and more financial lifestyle. When the kids, the parents are together and they have a healthy relationship. Do you understand? There's happiness, there's joy. Sometimes it might not be. There might be ups and downs as well, but the parents understand each other. They know why they are there, and the kids, they're growing in that. Understand? It helps a lot, because they're living in a stable relationship.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
And also the benefits of parents staying together and having a healthy relationship is that most of their kids seem to have better relationships with their parents.
That's what I was trying to explain. When those parents are together, they have a healthy relationship. Understand? The kids as well, when they grow, they all because of the two parents are there, right? There's harmony between the parties. You understand? The kids will grow up as well to have a healthy, the same relationship with their both parents. Do you understand what I mean? Because it's not a toxic relationship. Like I said earlier, relationship, there's ups and downs in a relationship. It's not that it's going to be rosy all the time. That every time you come in, they are like that. No, that means they are faking. Sometimes couple they fight. Sometimes they argue and all those stuff. But at the end of the day, they make up.
And they get on.
They understand that they are in this as a partnership. You get what I'm saying? They are in it as partnership. And those kids, they're looking at that. They know that, yes,
That's how it is.
That's how it is. You fight, we make up. We are here to do what? As a unit, as a family. Do you understand what I mean? They move on. So you find out that those kids, they'll have a healthy relationship with their parents as well when they grow up.
Yeah, and another one is that maybe they'll tend to make a wise choice when the children is choosing a partner.
That's one, that one is important, because when the two couples, if you find out, most times you see that people, they celebrating 10 years anniversary, they're celebrating 50 years anniversary, they celebrate 50 years anniversary, they celebrate 30 years anniversary, they've been together to a long time. Understand? You find out that their children, when they're looking up to their parents, right? They're watching how the parents, their relationship, how it grows, because along the line, it keep on getting stronger and stronger and stronger. All that. So you find out that those children, they see the ups and downs, like you said, isn't it? They see the arguments, the parents. They see the fights. They see everything. At the end of the day, that's the way those parents as well come together to resolve those issues, isn't it? So you find out that those kids, when is their time to choose a partner, it's rarely for them to make mistakes, because they already
they've seen their parents go through
all the stuff. So they really know what kind of relationship they need, they want. You understand what I mean? So because the parents are really understand, being people they're looking up to. I get what I'm saying? And along the line, you see that the parents as well will talk to them, telling them things that are happening. And the kids, they already know that, yes, this is how it is. So they tend to make the right choices when they
following up on that, they're more likely to stay in their marriage.
That is part of it. They're more likely because they don't give up easily. It's a long, when the commitment, like what we said, they know that they went to the altar, they say we're going to stay together for better or worse, right? It's a commitment. It's something like when people stay in like couples or the marriage or civil relationship, both people staying together, right? They want to live for a long time. It's like a contract. Do you understand what I mean? Each person have to fulfill their own part of the commitment for it to work.
Part of the deal.
Yeah, for it to work. So when those kids watching their parents building this
bubble,
building it, more going on. they're passing through all of those obstacles. They're passing through all those the arguments. They're passing through them sickness. The children growing. That's like I said earlier. That's up and down. That's issues all the time. It might be financial issue. It might be sickness. It might be anything that people, it can make some people to do what? To give up easily. They just give up. But them too, they always find a way to pass that stage. And when they pass that stage, what happens? They're getting stronger. Do you understand what I mean? You find out that their children they're watching, they're learning how to do that. So when is their turn to be in a marriage or to be in a partnership or to be in a civil relationship or to be in a, do you understand what I mean? To be in a relationship, you find out that they will not give up easily. A little thing, because there's a lot of people that lost give up easily. They give up easily. Yes, they go. But once it's like there's an abuse or physical abuse and all those, that's a different case. Do you understand what I mean? But what I'm talking about is like in relationship proper. They don't give up easily. Do you understand what I mean? So you see that they find a way to make it stronger and they still keep staying there. That's why you say that, most of them, they tend to stay in their marriages,
Another benefit is that they're less likely to have emotional issues. Like when their parents have divorced, they're less likely to act up or anything like that.
Yeah. Emotional issues, when kids in a broken home, right? In a divorced home, some of the kids tends to go into trauma, right? There's a lot of things that they pass through. You can see most of them, they start drinking, smoking early. Some of them might even go into, they have early pregnancy. Do you understand what I mean? Because they're looking for love outside. Because there's no love in there
with their parents.
With the parents, because like we said last week, there's competition with the parents to win their love. So they are not showing the proper love.
They're just showing objects. They're using objects.
Or just like buying their love. It's
not all the parents. But it's
few. That's what I'm saying. Most of the parents, few. It's always there are exceptions. It happens. So when it's like that, you find out that most of those kids sometimes, understand me, they're looking for love outside. So you might lead them to smoking, all those kind of things I said to you, teenage, pregnancy, and all those stuff. And they have an emotional issues. But when the two parties are there with a healthy relationship, like I said to you, some can decide to stay together. You get what I'm saying? But they don't have a healthy relationship. It's not advisable. Instead, like he said that earlier, isn't it? It makes the children to fail later in life, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when the parents are together with healthy relationship, there's understanding, there's communication and a lot of things. Do you understand what I mean? Those children, when they grow, they are less likely to have emotional issues. Yeah.
And it's amazing when children grow up with emotional strength and intelligence to know when to say time is up. Enough is enough. To remove themselves from any toxic, abusive relationship that's not benefiting anyone. Instead of hanging on in a hopeless, mismatched relationship.
That's what I'm saying. Healthy relationship, that's the most important thing. That's what we're going to look into all this stuff, right? Instead of hanging in there, just staying there. They understand, just for the sake of staying for the kids. And their relationship is not healthy. The family, even the parents, sometimes they tend to have sickness with them, because it get to a stage where it can get to, they cannot take it anymore. Do you understand what I mean? So a toxic relationship, abuse, especially abusive relationship, toxic ones, physical abuse and all those kind of things, it's not something that you can just like accept. You want to take in there
You
because
can't just let it go.
let it go just because you want to stay for the kids. You understand what I mean? No, that's not healthy. Because when a relationship becomes toxic, unattainable, domestic violence, abusive partner, cheating, etc., there will be a lot of pain. There will be anger and frustration. So which might affect the children upbringing and behavior. See them kids, they might have those emotional issues we're talking about because of the anger, frustration, toxic relationship. It's affect children because no matter what you do, the children they know what's happening.
They'll find out.
Yeah, they know what's happening. Do you understand? Sometimes parents they think that the children don't know. They already know. They know what's happening around them. They know. Yeah, and also when a couple tries to hang on and shut up for the sake of their kids, like we keep on saying, isn't it? And stay in an unhealthy relationship, they are causing more harm than good. They are causing more harm than good to their children. Because children need security, loving and supportive relationship with their parents.
Yeah, and when children grow up in a unhealthy relationship, they tend to be anxious. So it's wise for the parents to be separated to save their kids from future anxiety and fear of not knowing.
The fear of the unknown is something like, because when we talk about all these behaviors that can affect the children, isn't it? Affect the marriage as well. Toxic relationship, cheating, how will I say, abusive partner, physical abuse, and all those kind of things. You understand? So you find out that the children, because they don't know when their dad is going to beat their mom, it can happen anytime. They don't know when their mom is going to beat their dad. It can happen anytime. There's no happiness in the family. Everyone is shouting at each other. Everyone is throwing things at each other. Do you understand? So you find the children, they always it's happening again. They are running to their room. They're hiding in there and all those stuff. They become anxious. Now a little thing, they're scared. So when they grow up with that anxiety and all those kind of things,
that fear,
you find out that they're afraid of anything. They're afraid to commit to a relationship. They're afraid to do anything. Do you understand? They're afraid of things that are going to happen tomorrow. They're afraid of the unknown. But they're just scared. They're anxious, everything. Because from childhood, that is what they grew up with. Do you understand? So those are the kind of things. And when those two parties, it's like something that gets to that stage whereby it's unattainable. It can't hold anymore. You understand? I think it's better they look or they seek for help. Like you said earlier, it's either the parties they go for counseling or they can try their best to work it out or talk to each other or bring in some people that can help. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Just to help them out to put things right. Just for the sake of the kids. If they find out that they cannot hold that relationship anymore, it's better they talk to each other properly. It's better for them to be separated. Do you understand? In order for them to raise these children in a healthy relationship. Or they work towards their marriage. They go for this counseling, talk to each other, make sure that they are there together. Are you getting me? To have a healthy relationship, to bring up what? Children that will grow in a good home. What we're trying to say is that parents should try their best.
They should put in a bit of effort.
Yeah, they should try their best to try to work out things. It's not really good to give up easily sometimes. Something that you value, you have to fight for it. If they value in their relationship, then both parties have to try to make sure
it works.
It works. Do you understand? Once there's no abusive, there's no physical abuse, there's no, all those things we said about that bring disrespect and all those kind of things into relationship. Understand? So they have to try their best to work. When children are involved, they should put their children's interests first. in whatever they want to do, whatever they want to discuss, whatever decision making, they should put these children interest first. Do you understand? Once there's children. But if you just do two parties, they can decide whatever they want to do. Do you understand? But once the children are involved, they have to put them first in their decision making. And also, parents shouldn't stay together just for the sole sake of, children. It may not be the best option. Do you understand?
Yeah. Thank you for staying with us till the end. Please share and like this podcast.
And don't forget, the family is everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.